Welcome back to another Canon Quick Shot, a quick review of a non-comic book or superhero movie. I'm your host, Terry, and today I'm reviewing Ocean's 8. Oh man, this is something I've been dreading, also excited for at the same time, because Ocean's 11, what is his name? I almost called him Danny Ocean. What is his real name? George Clooney version is one of my favorite movies. It was probably my number one movie for a good chunk of my life, to be honest with you. It was one of those movies that you can kind of remember at an early age, just really sparking your interest and really making you like see what movies not can only do visually, because sometimes you get that, but what you can really do with great writing and a great script and a great cast. And so anyway, Ocean's 11, one of my favorite movies. And so when they talked about this, it was a struggle for me. While I love the cast they cooked up, it was just like, okay, we're doing this thing again, which I've been complaining about, is that everybody's talking about representation, equality, all that stuff, which is fine. I have no issue with that. My issue is when you take existing properties and try to use that as the flagship. I mean, because if you want to do a Ocean's 8 version where they all happen to be women or whatever, fine. Or a Ghostbusters version where they have to be women, fine. But this, female empowerment, girls night out, it's all women this time. Like, if you just make your own movie, create your own property, don't try to jump on a wave and like copy somebody, you know what I mean? Because for me, I don't think that's the way to go about it. But as far as a movie, they usually come out pandering. They usually stuff in some things that they think are empowering, but they're really just pandering to people, and it comes off as disingenuous. And I felt like there was some of that. There was a good amount of that in this movie where it just didn't hold up to the original, which is, I knew it'd be a tough job to do, but B, just actually looking at it on its own, it's some pandering things, trying to placate to a female crowd, but then also within the story, it's just not up to snuff. And I don't mean just with Ocean's 11. The same director Ocean's 11 just recently did, Logan Lucky. And while Logan Lucky wasn't as good as Ocean 11, you're talking about the smart script that really showed you how to, play between what you show the audience and what's actually happening behind the scenes. And they tried it in such an obvious way, I think, in this movie. And then you talk about the things that made the Ocean's 11 great, the formation of the team, the picking, how you pick the job. There were some beats that were like surprising in Ocean's 11 that they do again that's not surprising here because we've seen it before. And so it just everything from top to bottom. And it's not just Ocean's. We're talking about all heist movies. We know people like a good heist movie. And there's certain beats and there's certain ways there's certain things that are going to be in a heist movie. And I just felt like all those things in this movie weren't up to snuff. Like, it wasn't there. And so it just came out as a poor version of Ocean's 11. And that was kind of sad. That was kind of sad to see. What I will say is that the cast they choose, with exception of one person who plays the, I guess she's the fashion designer. And she's Tim Burton's wife. I don't remember her name, but I think she didn't fit. But everybody else, I felt, they picked a cast that really popped, that really brought, energy that the first Ocean's cast didn't. Now the Ocean's cast worked well together. Some people were subtle, some people more loud. This cast, I just think all their personalities really pop. Except Sandra Bullock, actually. I will say hers didn't, which is not good because she's the lead. So there's things to like. But at the end of the day, you watch the movie and it's not exactly boring, but it's not exactly moving the needle. So it's just kind of like, this movie's just there. It really is. This movie is just there. And the way it ends, it's over. It was kind of just there. And the ending was so, It didn't get there for me. And then the last thing I'll say is I'm not a fan of Anne Hathaway. And I think in this movie, Anne Hathaway was playing who Anne Hathaway really is in real life. I don't know her, so that might be too far to say, but I feel like this is who I thought Anne Hathaway is in real life. So she did a good job, I guess, playing herself. But as far as a grade, and this is real tough, I was trying to think of what to give it. I like some of the jokes I like. I just like heist movies in general because you see the tension, but you're never going to really watch it again. But for a first time viewing, I gotta give it a C minus. I'm gonna give it around a 72. Alright, so go to the comment section. Have you seen Ocean's 8? What do you think? If you are going to see it, what are you looking forward to? Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around, and remember, if you heard it, here's official canon.